Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today, we're gonna do something a little bit different. I'm not gonna do like any like gaming style thing or like anything like that. It's gonna be a bit laid back more. And that because, as you know, I haven't uploaded yesterday because I was quite busy with some things. So I'm gonna go do two uploads for you guys today. And it's gonna be all about my personal recommendations of visiting my city, Edinburgh. The reason why I'm gonna do this, of course, is because well, there'll be more people flocking into the city as it's a summery vibe. Even though looking at the weather outside, it's not a summery vibe at all. But you'll get there in the end. So this vid is gonna be getting to Edinburgh, but if you're taking the train, hope you enjoy. So basically, right, how this is gonna work is I'm gonna give you my like personal recommendations of where to go after arriving like to Edinburgh Waverley. Do note that this is only if you're spending a full one singular day. Well, I guess I could probably say full day. I'm not gonna do like any like weekly tour or anything like that because this is just my personal recommendation. Anywho, though, you are about to see the greatest tour guide that has ever lived. Well, I don't know that, but you might see that. You never know. So when you get to Edinburgh Waverley, you're greeted with like shops, souvenirs, and all kinds of different things. But you're also greeted with this, a massive dome in the center. Now this was very popular in olden times. Okay, so when you get down to Edinburgh, of course, you're greeted with like the centre bit, and this is called the Mound, located in the heart of Edinburgh, next to Princes Street, which is along the strip of road that you come out from. Over to your left, you had recently the Royal Scottish Academy, and it's famous for its arts and different architecture exhibitions, and this was built in 1826. Now here's the thing. Down in the horizon, what you will see very, very shortly, is the Sir Walter Scott Monument, and it proudly stands in Princes Street Gardens. There it is, in fact. And it's one of the most iconic Edinburgh landmarks, and in fact, according to what I got, most visited. Definitely a must visit. And how this came together, on the death of the legend Sir Walter Scott, who's known for Wetherspoon, if you come to watch the Edinburgh airport version of this, you'll find out what I mean by the Wetherspoon. The great and good of Edinburgh city centre came together to think of a fitting monument to agree on for this famous Scottish writer. In 1836, an architecture competition was held for the Scot, and then they began to approach the design that was chosen to be the Scott Monument that we know today, and 2 years later, construction began on this legendary monument. And honestly, the height there is a great height. And to make it even funnier, the land in front, not yet, very soon. Yeah, that land there. A special like robot mower goes along it, so if you get a chance to visit it, take a few pics of it, take a few selfies with it, go for it, because it's quite cool. Edinburgh Castle. Set as a military potential, an Iron Age built on the hill of a fort of Castle Rock. As well as the great moments, the castle has suffered many sieges, such as the War of Independence, and the Scots vetoed the castle in the English after a dark night raid led by Thomas Randolph, nephew of Robert the Bruce. In 1639, the castle was captured in just 30 minutes, taken by Coronation forces that were distinguished General Alex Leslie. Edinburgh Castle was home to many kings and queens for many centuries. Queen Margaret, who died here in 1093, the chapel building by her son King David I, and it's pronounced as Edinburgh's oldest building. The Great Hall for King James IV, which hosted grand banquets. The Royal Palace, with the initials MAH for Mary Queen of Scots, and her second husband Henry Stuart, Lord Darnley. Mary gave birth to James VI in the royal palace in 1566, and he became King of Scotland at just 13 months old. And the honours of Scotland, which are the oldest crown jewels, have been kept here, made of gold and silver and precious gems. Now, obviously, this is a really lovely landmark, and if you get a chance to visit inside, go for it. However, if you get the chance to visit the Edinburgh Military Tattoo, or whatever it's called, go visit, because it's a good watch. So, like I mentioned in my mini interval, you can go down the Royal Mile. Now, here's the thing. From Edinburgh Castle, the Royal Mile is not an ordinary mile. It's a Scots mile, which is 1.13 miles long. So it's longer than a mile. If you go down it, you can enjoy some good things, such as the Dynamic Earth, filled with plenty of exhibitions and all just sciencey and space that you can get your kids and hopefully yourself to enjoy. When I went there last time, I had like a space exhibition, and we were like flown in the air, like an Arctic style weather, and it was quite cool. If you have kids, go there. The Palace of Holyrood House, if you want to learn things about monarchs and all that, monarchies, and also Her Majesty, former Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, I should say, when she sadly passed away, she came here for like a resting for a day. And also, if you fancy a hike over to the right, like slightly, you'll see that there is Arthur's Seat, a good place where you can get some amazing views of Edinburgh. So that, in my opinion, in terms of a visit from there, would be option number one. Option number two, on the other hand, will be one of Edinburgh's most popular attractions in terms for children and adults. The National Museum of Scotland holds plenty of places such as natures, animals, science and technology, etc. And in general, it shows these in like game ways, and it shows how science, nature, and everything like that can come together in like game styled fashion. And honestly, though, I've been there plenty of times, and it has not disappointed me at all. Like, it's amazing what they do there, the attractions that are held there. And if you miss it, there's like a massive clock tower inside where you can visit, and honestly, it just looks amazing. So here's some of like the stuff that is gonna happen. And that is where I'm pretty much gonna leave it. Obviously, you have to visit like the train station and all that. So that's kind of like my personal recommendations of how to visit Edinburgh Airport in a day if you come by train. Hope you guys have enjoyed, and I'll leave you all off by visiting a little bit on the National Museum of Scotland. Till the one by plane. Bye, guys.